Hey guys, it's Trish from Trish's Card Club, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Happy Monday night, everybody. I have a little bit different setup tonight, and it's not as cool as my other one, but it'll work. How are you guys? Already got lots of people on. Super, super excited. Miss Anne Marie and Shannon and Mary and Kelly, Peg, Teresa. All right, guys. And Charlene, thanks for joining on Monday night. How was your weekend? Hope you had a good Easter weekend. I think I told you guys I gave up chocolate in January, candy. I gave up candy in January. And so no Easter bunny came to my house, which is not the only way we celebrate Easter, but it is a good part of Easter. And it was hard. It was hard, but I lived through it. Now I have to really work on giving up sweets because I have not done good on my sweets give up, but I have done good on my chocolate so far. So let me just do my formal introduction so that I can get onto the card that we're making tonight. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page called Trish's Card Club. You can shop with me online 24/7 at trishan.stampinup.net. And what do I want to show you? Where do I have it? Let me see. One moment, please. I have to get something that came in the mail. My package came today. I am allowed to show this part. This is the new catalog that's going to be out in May. I can only show the front cover. That's Stampin' Up's rules. Let me put this out of the way. I love this lady's smile. She genuinely looks happy. Like she's genuinely proud that she made that card. I love that smile. I just love her facial expression. It was a really good one. You should be getting one in the mail from me if you've gotten one in the past. If you haven't gotten one, just give me a shout and I will gladly add you to my mailing list and send you one. Hey, Pat and Myra, thanks for joining. It's nice to see you guys. What a treat that is. And you may already know, and if you don't, this will be new information or a refresher. Stampin' Up! Is going to 3 catalogs like this a year instead of the one big fat catalog and mini catalogs. So these catalogs are like 89 to 90 pages. They'll all last for 4 months. They'll do it 3 times a year. So this is the newest one coming up. And I've got some things from this catalog that I've already ordered. So I'm going to show you them at the end of the card making, just in case somebody wants to get to the card and needs to skip to and doesn't have to skip to the end. So tonight we're going to use a couple of different products. We are going to be using some designer series paper called Lovely Blossoms. This is half of Lovely Blossoms. It has these really fun panels. And then this, like I said, this is just half. I don't have the whole cards. I don't have the whole packet because I got it when I was playing bingo. But what I got really was nice and super fun to play with. So there's the other sides over here as well. Some really pretty paper. So the reason I wanted to do a designer series paper card was because we're coming to the end of our big catalog. And I bet you have a lot of designer series paper in your stash. And so I wanted to come up with a card that you could use some of your designer series paper up with so that you could purchase more for your stash from the new catalog. We're also going to use banner sayings and the punch. We're going to just be using happy birthday. And you know that I really love you guys when I take the time before my video to heat emboss the happy birthday. So yeah, that was pure love right there. Okay, let me, I don't know how this is going to work. We'll see. Okay, basically I'm using Old Olive cardstock, cut in half and scored for my base. Okay, so it's just a standard base. Then the first layer of my cardstock, I wrote them on here so I would know how I could do them, is 3.5 by 4 3/4. That's my first layer. And you may be saying, Trish, I thought we were doing DSP. We'll get to the DSP. We will get to it. So let's put that on. So this is Old Navy on top of Old Olive. No, is it Old Navy is the clothing store. Night of Navy is the paper. Sorry about that, you guys. This is the next layer. And this next layer is just 1/4 of an inch smaller. So it's 3 2.25 by 4.5. So this one is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So just 1/4 inch down, 3 1/4 by 4.5. So that's that one. So we're just going to put this on there. And now we're going to get to, so I think this makes a really pretty combination. So I love this. Now, the way that I am cutting this up is not my design. There's a bunch of demonstrators that have posted measurements for how to cut it up. So, hey, Carrie and Judy, thanks for joining. I just saw you guys. Thanks for coming on. So these are not my measurements. I've altered them a little bit because math is my challenge. And so, but basically what I'm trying to say is you are going to be able to do this cut kind of any way that you want once you get the basic size down. Okay, so that's the card base. Then you're going to take a piece of design and series paper that is 3 inches by 4 1/4. So you can get quite a few pieces of paper out. I mean, it's quite a few cards out of a 12 by 12 design and series paper. And with your leftover pieces, you can do this for the insert on the inside. So that we'll do this. And then you'll even have plenty if you want to do it as a, if you want to put a piece on the flap of the envelope. So there's quite a bit of wiggle room with how many cards and what you can do with it. So that's going to be that. You know what? Let me come in a little bit, you guys. Maybe that will help. And let me get it focused a little better. There we go. Okay. So what I did is I took my 3 inch by 4 1/4 white piece of paper that mimics this to show you how you're going to cut it up. So it's basically one cut and then one cut for each piece. And this is where you'll have some flexibility. So let me show you what I mean. Let me get my cutter. I just realized that all my cutters are retired, but a cutter is a cutter. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a 1 inch strip off. Now, the only thing that's important about this is you want to keep the design so you can puzzle it back together again. So I'm going to cut 1 inch off here. Okay. Now, I'm going to do it so that I am cutting 1 3/4 off this piece. You can cut it any way you want. It truly does not matter. So 1 3/4 is right here. Oops, I want to do it this way. Sorry. 1 3/4. So I want this to be the top of my piece. So I'm going to the side, 1 3/4. And then I have this like this right here, like that. Okay. So I'm going to set this to the side. Now I have this piece, and on this piece, I'm going to cut it. It's 2 inches. It's already cut at 2 inches because remember the whole thing was 3 inches. So I've cut 1 inch off. So now this is 2 inches, and I'm going to cut 1 1/4 off the bottom. And the reason I want to do it off the bottom is, and I'll show you when I lay it out, 1 1/4 off the bottom so that goes like that. So let me put this over here so it's out of the way. And then when I assemble my piece back together, like this, you get that really cool pattern. Isn't that cool? Now, like I said, I'll leave this up in case you want to take a picture of the screen or something. It's not like I invented this. I just am using it as a guide for how to cut up a lot of DSP to make a super simple card quickly, using up the DSP and also achieving a really pretty card. We have so many beautiful kinds of DSP that you could choose from. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece right here and I'm going to put it on my card up here in the corner. Let me get into this, so you want to have a very, very narrow edge showing. Then I'll take this one and I'll put it on this side. Again, it's going to be very tight. You'll have very little, except it would be help if you laid it straight, Trish. That would always help. Let's see if I can get that off and put it on straight. Maybe not. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then these two go here. So I'll put this one on the bottom. Now, you guys know my cards are quick and easy because what's the most important thing to do? Just getting them in the mail. This one, I'm a little bit off on the bottom. I have a little bit too much on the bottom, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to still look really fine as long as as I line up these two pieces. It's so little off the extra. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in again. So it's so little off extra on the bottom that it doesn't really matter. But doesn't it look really cool? And I chose to pick up more colors. So the more colorful the Designer Series paper is, the more layers you can have. You just always want to increase your layers by 1/4 of an inch. That will help bring in that. And then like I said, what I did is I took the blue, and I just am going to do that. I'm going to put that on with some dimensionals. And then this is how I'm using up some of my DSP to get some birthday cards made for the month of April. I actually need to make some thank you cards, which I could have made this one into a thank you card as well, but I do need birthday cards. So either birthday or thank you will work. And then this is some old olive twine that may be discontinued. I'm not 100%, but it could be discontinued. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. That was very sweet of you. It is a really easy layout. Again, I'll put this back. So if you need the measurements for the Designer Series paper, it's 3 by 4 1/4, and you just increase your layers 1/4 of an inch up each time. It's not perfectly straight. I mean, I can see I have a little bit over here and a little less over here. I'm not going to worry about that. Whoever gets this card will be blessed and appreciative. And then they're not going to worry about the little crookedness of it. I love the concept behind it. Hey, Marcia from Wisconsin, thanks for joining. It is very simple, Pat. That is a really good observation. So one of the ways that you can flip it is, see how I have this piece cut up here and I have this piece cut down here. You can always flip that, make this piece cut down here and this piece cut up there. It doesn't really matter. That's why don't get too hung up on how, once you've cut off your 1 inch and you have that 1 inch and that 2 inch piece, don't get too caught up in how you trim them. It's not that big of a deal, because as long as you have the separation of the seams, then you're good to go. That's going to cover it. So pretty easy like that. So that's my super easy use up your Designer Series paper card for tonight. I thought you guys would enjoy that. And I'm all excited because I have a whole nother piece already cut. So I can make 2 cards tonight. I just have to cut my base and I'll have 2 cards made. So let me see. I'll bring that back at the very end. I want to show you some stuff. I've gotten a bunch of really pretty cards that I wanted to show you. I wanted to share my card gifts. This is from my friend Brandy for Easter. I love it. I think that is so cute. This was to Stephen and I. This is for my friend Carol for Easter. She embossed it, which did a really good job. And I thought that was really adorable. And then, isn't this cute? I love how she's using the arches, which I just think are so pretty. So that was really pretty. This is from my big sister Anne Marie. Isn't that pretty? If you guys came to Craft Sticks and Chocolate, this was the card bundle that Karen used for one of her cards. So it's really, really pretty. And then I love this card. And this is so funny, you guys. This came from a friend of mine in Florida. And she said, did you make it? But look, if I made it, I didn't sign the back, so I don't remember. I could have made it, but I just don't remember. And then this card makes me want to cry. This was a huge thank you note. Look at this, you guys. This was from all the girls at Blue Monarch, which I just was so blessed that they wanted to thank me for coming and making cards. So that really, really was such a blessing. And then this one is from a very sweet and dear, very precious person in my heart. This is my best friend's daughter, and we've been doing a bunch of things together for many years, and Kayla's super special. And so I wanted to thank her publicly for that card. It was really, really beautiful. And she wrote in it, and it made me want to cry. So it was so beautiful. Okay, so that's that. Now let me show you a couple of the things that I've ordered from the new catalog. I don't call it a mini anymore. The new catalog that's coming out. It's coming out in May. So this is the first thing that he ordered. So it's a stamp set with dies. Now, I don't know if you guys know or have followed me long enough to realize, but I had always wanted to be a nurse growing up, and I'm trying to get rid of that. You guys probably can't see it, but so I'm always drawn to clinical things. And I just thought this was so darn cute. Just a couple Band-Aids, some flowers, a little cross, for the Band-Aid. I just think it's adorable, and it has dies. But another part I love about the dies are the shapes of the dies. Like this is going to be a really good label to stamp on, to put on a card. So I'm very excited about this stamp set. I think it's really, really pretty. It's just called Ouch, OUCH. That's the bundle, Ouch. So I'm really, really excited about that. For other people that know me, you will know how much I am going to be excited about this one. This is called the Balloon Festoon Bundle. And I am so excited. And let me show you why I am so excited about this bundle. These I just got, so I have not done anything with them. Look at the size of those balloons. Would you guys look at that balloon? That is the size of a card front. If you're a scrapbooker, it's going to be amazing to do in scrapbooking. And look at, they even came up with 2 long strings that we can cut out to hold the, like to hold the balloons. I am so excited about this bundle. I will be doing this with my card class, not in April, but in May. So you'll see me using this card. And I just love the stamps. I love the font of the stamps. So I'm very, very excited about this bundle. Very, very excited. When I saw it, I could not wait to order. There's lots more that I want to order, but I just wanted to get these things ordered so that I could get a catalog, so I could show you the front of the catalog and hopefully get you excited about the new catalog items that are coming. So this I'm really excited about. It's such a fun bundle. So I'm really excited about that. So let me bring my card back in hopes that this will be the last thing that shows when I load up to my when I load it up onto Facebook. So I started off by wishing everybody and hope everyone had a good Easter. I hope it was, I know for some of you guys it was wet. It was pretty yucky Easter morning, but it got nicer here in Tennessee. But it did rain to start off the day, but it got better. And my husband and I took my mother-in-law to a Greek restaurant for a late lunch. So we went about 3:30, and it was delicious. It was so good. We had pork chops, and it was really good. It makes me think of growing up. My mom used to make a leg of lamb. My mom was a wonderful cooker, a wonderful chef with meat. The woman could cook meat, and she made the best leg of lamb known to mankind. It was so good. So it brought back good memories just thinking about that day yesterday. All right. It's a busy week ahead. I hope it is for you guys. I hope it's a good one. I hope you have time to make it and mail it. You find some time in your schedule to get a card made and get it in the mail. That would be really good. Next weekend is the Masters. It starts on Thursday, so I'll be busy watching the Masters. Have no clue who's going to win. It's not a given this year. There's been so many winners over the last several weeks of different contests that we just don't know who's going to win this year. So we'll see. What else should I tell you? I think that's it. Like I said, if you don't have a catalog and you want one, reach out to me and I'll tell you how I can get you one. Yep, I think that's it. All right, you guys. I hope you have a really good night. Oh, basketball. Oh, thanks, Teresa. That's right. The men's are playing. It's UConn against Michigan. So if you're a basketball fan, I'm not a huge basketball fan, but this should be a really good game. And I think that they probably already started or are going to start quite soon. So, and both teams are good. So we'll see who comes out in the final winning. Teresa, do you have money on the game? So, all right, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a really good night. I will be here next Monday night, same bat time, same bat channel. Remember, I hope you have time to make it and mail it and get something in the mail this week and bless someone's socks off. And we'll see you all next week. Love you guys. Bye now.